Hi, I'm Sunita, your host for this video. Health insurance market is wide open and a lot of new and exciting products are getting launched very frequently in this space. As a result, we get a lot of inquiries these days about portability. Therefore, we have decided to make two separate videos in the portability series. While the first video was to set the tone and help you understand the basic concepts right, in this video, we will try to answer the most common queries or the FAQs related to the portability process. By the way, just in case you have missed watching the first video, please find the link in the description box. We highly recommend that you watch the previous video to understand the core concepts of portability in a better manner. Also, we aim to make this platform highly informative by creating meaningful, relevant and thought-provoking content very often. Our ultimate objective is to enable you become informed decision makers. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video, and keep the notifications on so that you don't miss on the important updates from our team. So we have Satish with us to answer these FAQs. Just a brief introduction about him. He has been an insurance consultant for the last 15 years and has advised thousands of clients on various insurance products. Hi Satish, welcome. And shall we begin this by taking up some important queries?
Hi Sunita. It really feels good that we are doing another video on health insurance portability to address common concerns surrounding this topic. So bring them on.
So my first question to you, let's say there's a member who is currently covered under the group health insurance policy offered by his own employer. Can he avail portability from the group policy to any retail or personal health insurance plan of his choice? And if the answer is yes, what exactly is the process to avail this benefit?
This is a very important and most common question we get to hear in our day-to-day practice. So, if a member is covered under a group health insurance policy offered by the employer, they must first approach the same insurance company where the group policy exists and migrate to a retail policy of that insurance company and stick to it for at least 1 year. It's only after the completion of 1 year of migration to a retail policy that the member gets the eligibility to apply for a portability to a different insurance company in future. For a layman understanding, migration is moving from one plan to the other within the same insurance company, and portability is when you shift to a completely different insurance company altogether.
If that is the case, how easy do you think it is to migrate from group to retail health insurance? And are there any challenges for porting such policies to better products in future?
Now, that's a topic which needs a proper understanding. Even though you may have a good amount of seniority with your existing group health insurance, migration to a retail policy from your corporate plan will still be subjected to medical underwriting, which means you must disclose all the health, lifestyle, previous hospitalization history to the insurance company, and the chances of getting an approval to migrate from a group to retail plan would solely depend on your insurance company's discretion. We have seen cases where insurance companies did reject the migration request on medical grounds. For example, if a member has already developed major health issues such as heart ailments, cancers, chronic kidney diseases, or uncontrolled diabetes, etc., getting migration approval from group to retail insurance practically is not possible. Also, even after 1 year of migration to a retail policy with the same insurance company, if you wish to avail portability to a comprehensive retail plan later, the policies are once again subjected to the same medical underwriting. Therefore, looking at all these challenges and uncertainties and other factors like expensive treatment costs, medical inflation, we strongly recommend that despite having a corporate health insurance plan, everyone should take charge of their personal health insurance and start off by picking a very comprehensive health cover with a higher sum insured rather than completely depending on your corporate group health insurance coverage.
Satish, how about the group policies offered by the banks to their account holders? Can they avail portability to an insurance company of their choice?
Yes, policyholders who have their insurance policies from banks can also avail portability, but only to another group policy offered by the same bank. This is a case of portability from one group health insurance to yet another group health insurance policy, which in the long run does not offer good value to the insurance requirements of an individual.
Well, let me be honest, I'm confused. Can you please elaborate this a little further? The reason why I wish to know more about bank health insurance plans is primarily on account of their popularity. Number one, they're very affordable, and number two, they're very easy to get compared to retail health insurance plans. So if portability is available, then why not choose a bank health insurance policy instead of a retail one?
Okay, I get it. Let me help you. To begin with, you must know the basic structure of bank assurance system. India as a country has a very low penetration of insurance, and we are far behind the international standards on both awareness and the acceptability of insurance ecosystem. So, to boost the penetration, both IRDAI and insurance companies took a conscious decision of exploring different channels, and one such mechanism is bank assurance. Insurance companies find selling insurance policies through banks much easier, as the banks have a ready market in the form of a large number of account holders. So both parties, that is banks and insurance companies, come together, get into an agreement for a period of around 2 to 5 years, and would start promoting specially designed group health insurance plans only to the account holders at a cheaper price. Until this point, things look very attractive, but the actual problem lies ahead. Banks are trained to sell insurance plans but would never have proper support systems in place to address the service requirements, especially when it comes to claim assistance. As a result, the policyholders will need to be self-reliant and be prepared to handle all the paperwork or follow-ups needed whenever any such requirements arise. On the other hand, banks very often discontinue such group insurance policies. They change insurance companies, and the existing policyholders are left with no choice but to move to the only alternative option provided by the same bank under such circumstances. Trust me, even the bank assurance policy premiums have started to increase in the recent times, and we keep getting a lot of inquiries from a good number of bank account policyholders who want to shift to a comprehensive retail health insurance plan.
Okay, so this leads to the obvious question. Can a policyholder port his bank group health insurance plan to any other popular retail policy in the insurance market?
At this juncture, this is a very difficult option, as most insurance companies are still not accepting portability from bank policies. Except for a couple of insurance companies, the bank customers would not really have good options to explore. Though insurance companies are working in this direction and trying to make arrangements in future for such customers, portability, even in these cases, are subjected to strict medical underwriting, and insurance companies would exercise their discretionary powers. So if someone is looking for a long-term solution, we recommend that priority be given to a comprehensive retail policy directly from the insurance companies instead of such group policies offered by the banks.
This makes complete sense. Now, coming to portability for retail policyholders. These days, a lot of customers have started to complain that they get calls from various insurance companies during their policy renewals, offering portability benefits at fancy rates. The customers are confused for two reasons. One, how do other company callers get to know sensitive information like their contact numbers and complete policy details of their existing insurance plans? And number two, are these calls really trustworthy? The offers given seem way too attractive and hard to resist. And Satish, this happens to be my own experience too. During my health insurance renewal recently, I did get a calls from quite a few insurance companies who first started off the conversation highlighting the downsides of the current plan and then have attempted convincing me with very attractive discounted premiums. And these calls continued for several days until it reached a point where I had to convey them that the policy has already been renewed. Because, there's no point in blocking these numbers since each time a new person calls from a new number. So, what's your take on this issue?
To answer both the questions on data privacy and trustworthiness of the online offers, first let's look at an article published in Financial Express recently, which highlights the fact that companies operating in banking, financial services, and insurance are facing a very big challenge in safeguarding the sensitive customer data and personal information, including the details of bank accounts or insurance policies. This article clearly mentions that cyber criminals employ sophisticated tactics to infiltrate into the systems and steal the data of banks and insurance companies. Also, Business Standard recently reported that in India, over 116,000 cybersecurity incidents were reported in 2023 alone. These are just the official numbers, and unreported data can be way bigger than what is visible to us. A new set of insurance scams have surfaced recently on the name of portability, to which most innocent people are getting easily trapped. First, the policyholder receives a call from an unknown caller who would disguise as a representative of your existing insurance company. The caller would remind on the renewal date, confirms with you the policy details over the call to gain the trust of the policyholder. The next stage is when the dangerous tactics actually begins. The caller would go on to give false information about the current policy. Let's say, for example, the policy has now stopped covering critical illness treatments, or the insurance company has now introduced co-payments and room rent cappings, etc. The policyholder, who is at the receiver's end, is forced to believe all this, and the callers would then go on to the extent of threatening to cancel the policy if the payment is not made immediately. The primary agenda of such fraudsters is to agitate the customers and provoke them to look for alternate options. This trend of unsolicited calling continues for the next few days, and finally the policyholder gets a call from another number, obviously from the same fraud team, who will then start promoting a different insurance plan in a very smart, soft and soothing sales pitch. Payment links are shared with the clients, and ultimately this ends up into yet another case of insurance mis-selling without understanding the needs of the clients or proper checking of the medical history. We have also received complaints that despite the customers making payment through such links, the policies never get issued. A classic case of cyber fraud. This clearly highlights the need for building a lot of awareness, and the customers should always cross-check with proper channels like their insurance companies directly or existing agents if such information was accurate before taking a final decision of blindly moving into a different insurance company. Remember, fraudsters are always a step ahead, and they try to trigger your emotion of fear by spreading false information, or the emotion of greed by luring you with unwanted discounts. Hence, the need of the hour is to be an informed client and never fall for such false tactics on the name of health insurance portability.
My God, that's really an eye-opener. Wonder how easily these fraudsters scam innocent public who do not really understand these tactics. Well, Satish, to sum it up, can you give us key takeaways or important tips regarding health insurance portability? I mean, what should an insurance policy holder remember, and which mistakes should they try and avoid while exercising the portability option?
Health insurance policies are way more serious and important than we all imagine. One mistake is all it takes to leave you financially devastated, especially when medical treatments are skyrocketing. Also, portability is such a wonderful tool in the hands of the insurance policy holders. There are so many such critical details a policyholder should take into account while exercising this benefit, like the transfer of seniority, amount of coverage that you get carried forward if you move to a different sum insured than the original plan, residual waiting period clause, merits of availing this benefit from the long-term perspective, and so on. Insurance market now has a lot of experienced and qualified advisors who bring you good amount of expertise and can genuinely guide you into buying good policies and are willing to travel along with you and assist you, especially during the difficult phases of your life. So here are my top 5 reasons where you can think about portability and you can explore alternate options. First reason, If your insurance plan has less features, especially the most important ones that you might need compared to the market standards, and you have not been allowed to upgrade to better policies within the same insurance company. Second reason, if the overall reputation and the service track record of your existing insurance company is very poor and your current insurer does not have network facility with your most preferred hospitals. Third reason, if you do not have a proper insurance advisor or a reputed aggregator or even a support channel who can stand by you during your testing times and can offer comprehensive insurance services. Fourth reason, if you have missed out on declaring any medical history to your existing insurance company and your insurer is not giving you the option to update them in your current plan. Fifth and the last reason is if the cost of the current plan is absolutely beyond your purchase capacity and you have no option but to look out for reasonable premium rates. Please note that price should always be the last in the criteria list. As discussed earlier, the new policy to which you are planning to shift may look cheap now, but the rates will eventually increase and you may have to regret your decision later.
Well, Satish, all the insights that you have shared were really informative, and we hope our viewers find them very useful in their insurance buying journey. So viewers, thank you all for watching this video and see you soon with another such interesting topic. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay insured. Yours, Sunita.